And welcome to the webinar. Today we'll be discussing loyalty cards and how to survive in a digital age. My name's Jack and I'm here with Charlie. We've got a lot to get through this afternoon, so let's get right to it. So what will we be discussing? The daily grind, growing your business, building upon the existing experience, increasing the average spend, and David versus Goliath, how to compete against the corporate giants. So why are you here? It may be because you have a loyalty scheme in place that you're looking to build upon. It may be that you have no loyalty scheme whatsoever and are looking to potentially introduce one in the future. Or it may be that you're just looking to stay au courant with all that's happening in the world of hospitality. And on that note, I'm going to hand over to Charlie, who with a background of 5 years working in an independent cafe is our industry insider, here to discuss the pivotal role loyalty will play in shaping the industry in the years to come.
Okay, thank you, Jack. So as Jack touched upon, I worked in the hospitality industry at an independent cafe for 5 years, and I loved every moment of it. It meant I could provide great customer service, meeting new people every day, and most importantly, serve great coffee. The way I see it, a cafe has 5 types of customers. I think you'll find that in one way or another, each of these people might be quite familiar to you. Number 1, the loner. It's a harsh label, but loners are the folk who come into the cafe religiously. Their routine is fixed, that they make little difference to the good months or the bad months. Their expenditure and the cafe's income remains the same. Loners are good for business. They come in at the same times, sit in the same place, and order the same things every week. You can set your watch by them. However, loners, as the label suggests, are a somewhat lonely category of customer. Number 2, the regular. The regular comes in 2 or 3 times a week guaranteed. Their expenditure is about the same each time. A regular is less predictable than the loner, but it's likely that you're still on a first name basis. Number 3, a somewhat regular. Somewhat regulars may come into the cafe 1 or 2 times a week, 0 the next. These guys are valuable customers. They are less set in a routine than those in the previous category. And what they spend can be key in separating a good month from a bad month. Somewhat regulars are familiar faces, but their infrequency means that staff probably haven't made much effort to get to know them on a personal level. Despite friendly conversation, it's more likely than not that your staff don't know the names of the somewhat regulars, and vice versa. Because the somewhat regulars come in less regularly, they're often more likely to purchase more items and try new things during their visit. Number 4, the passerby, aka a randomer. A randomer might come in once a month, if that. They're hard to read and it's not easy to pinpoint what drives them to your establishment. Number 5, the out-of-towners. Out-of-towners are the folk who come in once whilst they're in the area, but then go months before ever coming back again. Because your cafe is not local to them, a loyalty scheme will make little difference to how often they swing by.
Alrighty, so let's do some analysis on that. Because forming a unique and personal experience doesn't happen overnight. But a loyalty scheme is a great way to focus on 4 out of 5 types of customer.
It makes little difference to the loners. It complements the regulars, somewhat regulars, and passes by quite nicely.
It gives them an incentive to come to the cafe and shows that the enterprise appreciates their custom.
Exactly.
So what more can independent businesses do to stand out from the competition? And how do they currently communicate with their customers?
Well, you could start by putting a simple smiley face, heart, or name on the coffee cup. I used to do this a lot in the cafe. It might not seem like much, but it certainly made people smile, and it can go a long way. It tells the customers that you really appreciate their custom. The big chains already do this, however. So what more can you do to actually set yourself apart from the big coffee chains, such as the household names? One idea could be having an app, somewhere that your customers can interact with the business, both inside and outside the coffee shop environment.
Like Costa and Starbucks?
Well, yeah, the Costas and Starbucks of the world already have apps. But what they cannot do is personalize it. Those chains are too big to interact with their customers on a personal level. Independent cafes need an application that exemplifies the personality of their business, and an app where they can post new blends, roasts, events, what's happening at the coffee house and the surrounding area, and even introducing new baristas via the app. This is sure to make the coffee shop become the social hub for the community through customers being able to interact with your app.
Okay, now that's where Sterling can come in. Sterling have produced an app which makes perfect sense for independent businesses. Up until now, an independent business that wanted their own application would have had to reach out to an app developer and potentially spend tens of thousands of pounds. However, this app is good to go. The setup cost is low, very low on the multi-tenant version, and setting a business up on it can be done in a matter of minutes.
Okay, so that's good. But I know a lot of listeners will want to know more info on the middle point. When you say the setup is very low, or very low on the multi-tenant version, what do you mean? What even is a multi-tenant app?
A multi-tenant app is one that's available to everyone. It's what we'll be showcasing to you today. Small businesses that are separate from one another are telling their customers to download the same app, Connect UK. However, the customer is only seeing content relevant to the company code that's entered when they logged into the app. A multi-tenant app is like a multi-tenant building, a tower block, for example. In a tower block, you're sharing your own building, but you get your own room and your own floor, etc. Each tenant's within the same framework, but separated by a comprehensive security protocol.
Okay, so if I sign in with company code Cafe X, I only see the content created by Cafe X. If I sign in and use the company code Cafe Y, I only see the Y content.
That is correct.
And there's no setup fee for that.
None at all. Because the app is already available on both stores, the only fee you'd incur is the fee for hosting your own content. That fee is dependent on how many people you have using the app.
What if I want my own app in the App Store? So rather than tell users to download Connect UK and enter my company code, I just want to tell them to download Charlie's app.
You can do that. In that instance, you'd want to get yourself a branded app. There's an additional one-off setup cost attributed to that for us to create a new instance of Connect that's attributed just to your business. But to go back to the multi-tenant analogy, rather than have your own space within a building, a branded app is like having a building all to yourself. So the options are multi-tenant or branded. Let's talk more about Connect.
Okay, so Connect is a platform which could give you your very own app on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. From your app, customers can interact with your brand to view any content you put out. The app itself comes with its very own membership card, which can be used for things such as event attendance and loyalty card schemes. Content for the app is produced in a comprehensive dashboard available online. You can publish news articles and letters, events, promotions, jobs, and much more.
Let's take a look at how that could work right now.
Okay, so this is a demo I've made earlier, and anyone watching here today can try the app out for themselves by downloading the app Connect UK from either the app stores. Once downloaded, hit register and use the customer code COFFEE to set up an account. Once you've done that, I can approve you from the dashboard for you all to check out everything we're discussing here today.
Okay, so let's get the app up. So here we are. Once we've logged in, the first page we hit is the news page.
Yep, and as touched upon earlier, this can be the section where the independent business can post all the latest happenings within the business, up and coming changes, even introducing new baristas to the cafe. It's really easy to coordinate content from the dashboard. You can see that here, instant input, instant output.
So here you can see that we've got the dashboard on the left and the phone on the right. If we go into a story, say this welcome to the cafe one, and we change the headline text to, I don't know, put a couple of exclamation marks in front of it If we save that, once we refresh the app, it updates instantly. As you say, Charlie, instant input, instant output. So we talked a lot about loyalty today, so let's take a look at the loyalty card. Now there's a number of benefits to having a digital loyalty card. Let's go through them. Number one, convenience. It's right there in the app and you've always got your phone on you.
Yeah, when I was at the cafe, people would often leave their loyalty cards at home. We used to look them up on the cash register, but it was still an annoyance on our part. With this, an independent business can still look them up.
Second point is that it's digital. So should your branding change at any time in the future, you can update this instantly via the dashboard. And finally, the environmental benefit. We see more and more negative press around the use of plastics. So why not consider replacing the plastic membership card with a virtual one? Next, we've got promotions, where you can push exclusive offers and discounts to your customers to encourage them to spend more. I should add here that all the content we're looking at driving from the dashboard can be segmented to ensure that the end users are only seeing the content most relevant to them. For example, you might want to offer a discount on coffee to the most engaged customers, the loaners, or the regulars, as a way of saying thank you. Conversely, you might actually want to target that promotion at the less engaged customers, the somewhat regulars and the passers-by, encourage them to come back and spend more. You can also do this via push notifications. So even if they're not regular users, they'll still get a notification on their phone telling them to come back to the app and see what's happening.
Okay, so what about events? At the cafe, we used to do vintage car meets and book clubs. That could be scheduled within the app, right?
Yes, great example, because here's one I made earlier. You'll notice that there are some events in the dashboard that aren't in the app, and that's because you can schedule content in the dashboard to automatically be posted and archived at any time you want. Users can register their attendance for an event, like this, and as you can see, that updates instantly within the dashboard upon refresh.
Okay, that's great, because at the cafe, we used to do events, and the most annoying thing was when people said they were going to attend and then never showed up. Whereas with this, they can actually say, actually, no, I'm not going to go. I think on a personal level as well, it's harder to say no to someone. So if they've done it through an app, that's quite good.
Exactly.
Okay.
We've also got a jobs tab, should you wish to advertise for any vacancies at the cafe.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So if we had anyone in the local town, we could actually say, hey, look, we're advertising for a new barista.
Yep, there's a barista job going. They find out about it through the app,
Yep.
and they apply through there.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I think my manager would have absolutely loved that feature. I'm not going to lie.
And finally, the contact page.
I think this bit speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? Because if you really want people to be coming to the cafe, they're going to need an easy app or something to be able to go to and ring the cafe.
Exactly, making it easy for your customers to talk to you.
That's really good. I like that.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. If you want to contact us, please do so using the email address hello@connect.uk.com. That is hello@connect.uk.com. Alternatively, you can telephone us at any time, 01536 527 302. Thanks for listening and be sure to tune in for future webinars.